podcast with wolfflow, and do you want me to do like I do my announcement, or the whole thing, or?
And we're live.
I think I messed that one up.
Yeah, I think you started too early, but it's all good.
Yeah.
That was cool. So, yeah, we got a special guest tonight. It's Dave's Had Enough. And also joining us, Artificial Entertainment, and a couple guys from last time. And I guess I'll let everybody introduce themselves.
All right, I'll go first. This is Dave's Had Enough for the Dave's Had Enough show. Sorry about the start. We were trying to do something funny and it messed up. I appreciate wolfflow having me and being a part of this great podcast with everybody here.
Bear Hugger.
Oh, I'll go next? Oh, okay. What's going on, everybody out there in YouTube land? I'm your fat Canadian fuckboy, Bear29. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me, man.
Artificial?
Yeah, I'll go next, man. Artificial Entertainment here. I got a little ranting channel. If you guys know me, you know what I'm about. If you don't, go check me out. I want to thank you, wolfflow, for inviting me to the podcast, man.
No problem, man. Good to have you. And AG.
What's up, YouTube? This is your boy AG the guy. You know, I always keep it 100. And thank wolfflow for having me on yet again. Do another podcast for the Gamer Respawn. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, dude.
And thank all of you, because you guys really made this show, especially last time. I mean, you guys did all the work pretty much. I could just let you go. So it's awesome having everybody together. A lot of good channels out here getting together and spreading the word, and that's what it's about.
Exactly.
Sure.
It's also about games, so let's talk about games. And I guess I'll start off today because I was playing. Well, I've been playing a lot of, well, not as much Demon Souls. I'm just beating the odd boss here and there, just scraping through that game. And I want to get through it because it's a great game.
Yeah,
and
great game.
A little bit of Kingdom Hearts 2.5 remix. Still, that's a long game too. Just one step at a time. What else was I playing this week? I did the first chapter of Wolf Among Us, so that was kind of a cool experience.
Nice.
Like that game.
I heard good things about that game, and I haven't had the chance to check it out yet.
A lot of people say, I've heard multiple people say it's probably the best Telltale games. It's like their climax. But I don't know. I just like it because it's about a wolf, but I'm a wolf fanboy. So,
no, makes
finally,
sense.
Shit! I forgot to invite Kickshaw Brothers. That's who I forgot. Kickshaw, I love you, man. I'll get you on the next one.
You have to have an invite now?
Cause yeah, I guess I could do that. But also, yeah, he mentioned last podcast that game, Dust the Elysian Tale, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of that game, and I got to tell you, that game, other than the map, which is a little confusing, and I think maybe it could be a little bit repetitive for some people, to me, I think this is a perfect game. For me personally, it's pretty much, I can't find anything wrong with it for me. Yeah, call me overly positive, but it friggin' nailed it. This game nailed it.
Start off the podcast.
I mean, it's basically like a painting in a museum because they took the art and put it right into the game, hand drew it, and the combat's pretty cool. Even the platforming's good, and the story is awesome. Hey, Justice.
What's up? Oh, you got your mic muted.
What's
There
up?
we go.
What's up?
buddy?
It's good.
Justice,
So, yeah,
you
I
want to
definitely
introduce yourself?
check that game out, man. Dust, the Elysian Tale, or whatever.
I mean, it was free on the PlayStation.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, if
very
you
nice.
always download anything you can whenever it goes free, and then you can play it later if you want to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Man.
You don't even have to download it. You can just press download and cancel it. That's what I do because
Yeah, keep it in your download list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's a $15 game, and I think it's well worth it. Maybe it won't be for everybody, but I think that is friggin' awesome game to have out.
I actually have this little game I'm playing right now. It's called Grow Home. I don't know if you guys heard about this game.
Yeah, I want to check that game out. That's
It's
on
sort of
PC,
like an
right?
indie title, but it's from a branch from Ubisoft. They created it.
Oh,
This is a really amazing game to me, man. It's sort of it's really original. It's kind of a platforming game, adventure game. Has a weird kind of climbing mechanic, like the one game where you climb on the donkey and on top of your friends. You know that shitty game?
yeah, it's kind of strange physics that you can
Yeah,
mess
man.
around with.
Yeah, really great game. Procedurally generated character, so it's kind of like you're the drunk character from GTA. It's really interesting, man.
And what you do um, affects the environment, right? And kind
Yeah,
of
exactly.
create
Yeah, and
things.
it's only $8, man. That's the thing to mention here. Or $10. It's €8, so it's probably $10. And the console release depends on the success of the PC version. So if the game does well, it will be released on PS4 and Xbox One. So
Hmm.
As far as Dust, though, the story actually is really it's spot on so far. It seemed a little cliche at first because you have amnesia or whatever, but actually I heard that that's actually really important. They actually tie that into the story in a really really impactful way or compelling way. That's what people are saying. So I can't wait to find out. Uh, Other than that, I've been hooked. I did a video on it showing some gameplay, but I've been just addicted to Legend of Korra. I love that game. I'm just right into it, man. That's just me.
yeah, I saw it in your video, man. It looks really interesting, man.
Yeah, I still need to buy that one.
I love like the martial arts in it and everything. It's just
It kind of looked
yeah.
like it looks familiar, man. I can't really put my finger on it, but
One thing you could kind of compare it to maybe would be the Naruto, but that's a different style of game.
yeah, definitely.
As far as animations and things like that and fighting mechanics, I mean, I haven't played those games, so I got to check them out for sure. Um, but I like the skill system. It's pretty in depth. You don't get all your skills right away, but you carry them over when you go back and do a new game. Oh, last thing about Dust though, I don't know if you guys have played it on PlayStation, but for some reason it's kind of glitchy when I go into the menu system. Um, I'll scroll around and it'll like start moving it around on its own. I'm like, what the hell? So
Okay.
maybe I have to reinstall it or something. But
No idea.
that and the map system, the map is a little confusing. Maybe. But then I usually turn my maps off a lot of the time, so I don't even fuck with them. I just like to figure shit out on my own. But some
Yeah.
games, yeah, some games you need it. But that's all for me, man. I'm gonna move on to the left of me, Justice, and tell me about what you're playing, man.
Let's see. I bought this How to Survive game.
Oh, I
It's
played that.
yeah, it's a zombie survival game, and it's kind of a MOBA style camera view, which is kind of different. A lot of crafting. It tries to have some humor, kind of dry humor, but it's still pretty fun actually.
Did
I
you
don't know.
get the survival edition or like of that game? The weather one,
The,
like added weather effects.
yeah, the storm warning.
Yeah, it looked cool. Like I
Yeah,
played the original.
right.
I like.
Shocked by lightning all the time for no reason.
Yeah,
But
from what I played, it's a good game, man.
yeah, it is. I've been playing. You can play multiplayer over online or even couch, which I think is pretty sweet.
Hmm.
Like
The
they don't make those games anymore. You know what I mean? Used to love having just your friend over and you could play together, but they don't do that anymore.
I know I miss having that option big time. The backtracking in that game is real though, but
Yeah.
it's
Yes,
still
it is.
cool.
And then I tried this game called Scream Ride, which is pretty sweet. A lot of
Aha!
destruction.
That game gets a lot of hate on the
Oh,
internet.
it's getting hate. Like I noticed, I'm not going to address whose name it was because in my podcast he said the game was just basically just do one thing, but that game looked kind of cool.
It's actually pretty fun. They have different game modes.
Well, can you what kind of game modes is it? Because the way he described it, he played the demo though, He just said it was basically just build a roller coaster and crash and shit like that.
You have coasters that are pre-made, and you have to like control them and not have the people fall off. There's make your own coaster, and then there's one option where you have a catapult. And the main goal is to throw these little pods that have people in and hit explosives, and the entire building will blow up. Or you can find little secrets, and it'll create a chain link of explosions.
Oh, that's cool.
That's neat.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool.
How much does the game cost?
$20.
I just might try it out then.
No, you can't go wrong for that. $20. Now on my podcast, people were saying it was more than that. So I was like, okay, if that's all you can
Pretty
do,
sure
is
it's
build
$20.
a,
I'll have to verify that.
yeah, if you could just build a roller coaster and you just crash, yeah, that sounds kind of boring. But if you can do all the stuff you're saying, and it's $20, that's an awesome deal.
Oh, okay, never mind. So, okay, it's 30 on the 360 and 40 on the Xbox One.
Oh.
Dude.
Still a good price.
Yeah, from what I've seen of it, man, like when I was watching when they first revealed that game back at E3 last year, I was looking at it. I was like, hey, this looks like Roller Coaster Tycoon, and I played a long time ago on my old ass PC, and so this game feels like that. Yeah, I'll definitely give it a shot. Why not? It's pretty cool.
Yep, it's like you're in the coaster, so it's pretty sweet.
Hey, it's another one of those games where a lot of people will just automatically write it off, but you never really know.
Well, because it looks like one of those casual kind of games, right? So most people will just slug it off and just call it shit, or you know, which is fine because I mean people are entitled to their own opinion, so there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't know, I'm kind of like not really against it, but I mean I'm willing to play anything. Let's just put it that way.
I've even been playing Shape Up.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Wait, you talking about that exercise game? Shit. Yeah, I won't lie. I played, wasn't there that EA Active a long time ago for the PS3? I had fun with that for a short period of time. I was actually using it on like literally almost every day until that frickin' green little stretchy thing you're supposed to use, that you use for certain exercise movements, snapped on me. So I was like, all right, well, I'm done.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool because like your body and everything gets put on the screen. You know what I mean? It's like Kinect works very well with it.
Good. That's good. I've been hearing a lot of positive things though about the new Kinect that's came out with the Xbox One. It's a lot better. It's a lot more intuitive now.
As a
Screen with it.
Huh.
As a side note, I think it's important for gamers to get exercise when they can, and that's a good thing to push for exercise.
Yeah.
One thing, when you're waiting around for something, you're just waiting in line, or you're like for 2 minutes. If you just sit up against the wall, like you're sitting in a chair, and you just have your back against the wall, that's a great exercise, man. I'll tell you.
Yeah, it works the core in your thighs. Wall sits. And then I got my loot crate yesterday. Man, I love those things.
Yeah, there's some cool gamer stuff in those, man. Some collectibles. They're really cheap too. Lots of good yard sale stuff. Actually. But no, it's cool. That's cool, man. Because it is cool to have little collectible things, stuff like that, little memorabilia. And you never know what you're gonna get in those too.
Yeah, T-shirts, and that's like worth the box right there.
Yeah,
you can't get a lot of that stuff either. They don't just sell it in the store.
The card game, it's sold out everywhere online. I can't find it, and I finally got.
So, what else are you playing there, Justice?
What else have I been playing? I've been playing Assassin's Creed Unity.
Seems like he's kind of cutting off.
Yeah, I think so too, man.
But Dave.
Oh, okay.
Let's move on to Dave. Dave's been playing The Order.
Yep, The Order, Far Cry 4. What's the other one? I beat Wolfenstein recently, not too long ago, and I beat Shadow of Mordor just recently.
I hear good things about Wolfenstein, man.
Wolfenstein's awesome. That's an underrated game. Like, the whole thing with Wolfenstein, at first, when you're playing it, it's kind of like another first-person shooter, but the story is really good in that game. The only
Yeah, that's what I
drawback,
heard too. Yeah.
yeah, the only drawback I could say about that game is the ending. Now, if the ending's counting, if they're counting the ending as the whole last boss fight, what story goes along with that, that's fine. But the actual ending you get after you beat the last boss and what you have to, like, I played it on the super hard mode. It's called Uber, and that was
Yeah.
ridiculous how long it took me. Like, it took me half a day to beat that boss. And for what you get of a story, if you're just counting that ending, it's kind of like, it's like not a great ending. But if it's added with the boss fight, the actual cutscenes that go along with that, then it's a good ending. But it's still overall the whole story that goes along with the game until you get to the end is a great game. Like the story's great, everything.
really
I
check
loved
it out.
it.
Good.
Like
Good.
they changed World War II, like the Nazis won, and you're in the Resistance. I believe it's World War II. I'm not the best with history, but they change it where the Nazis win, and you're in the Resistance fighting. You go into like a coma and stuff, and you get well. They help you back. You know, some girls helping you in a rehab or something, and then you go find all your old members that are they're captive, and it's just a great game. That and Shadow of Mordor is great. Shadow of Mordor is very repetitive in the beginning, but the story and the end fight is just well worth it. It's just
I like what they
awesome.
did with the generals and all that stuff with the rankings. If you get
That's
killed,
awesome.
you level up and stuff. That's a cool thing, man.
Yeah, the end fight, how you have to have your people against their people, and you fight the Black Hand. It's really cool, and I believe there's going to be another Shadow of Mordor, especially it did well and everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's definitely going to be a sequel to that.
Yeah, and I got Dragon Age Inquisition on a flash sale for PlayStation for $34.99. So that I'm looking forward to trying that. I'm not big into RPGs. The only one I ever really played was Oblivion on the Xbox 360, and Final Fantasy. I don't like turn-based RPGs, but they said it's an action RPG, so I'll probably maybe like it. I don't know, but I wasn't turning it down for $34 digital.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah, hell no, hell no.
It's something to experience for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good in my opinion.
It's good to try and like get outside of your realm a little bit too. I'm trying to do that more. I know I've been a little bit picky over the years, very picky over the years.
As long as that new Wolfenstein game is actually better than the one that came out in 2009, then I'll be happy to play it when I down the road when I get my Xbox One or PS4. So I'm looking forward to that then.
Well, I think the reason that game got so much hell is because kind of like a game like how The Order's getting hell, it don't have multiplayer. Even though The Order is a very short game, I'm saying Wolfenstein wasn't short at all. It was a decent length game. But I think that's why it got a lot of hell. We're all used to that Wolfenstein's multiplayer that they're famous for those games, and they didn't have it. And the game don't need it either. The regular single player is good enough.
Yeah, it's like when people backlashed about the 2009's Wolfenstein 2 as well. Like the online was there, but it was freaking bad. It was horrible. Like the way they designed the multiplayer for the older one that came out, like I said in 2009, that one there, it looked like a freaking N64 game. It looked weird.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's it. That's what I'm playing.
Cool, man. Bear Hugger.
Yes, sir. No games that I've been playing. Well, let's see here. I just got done beating yesterday Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. I picked up that there the day it came out. Actually, it was at midnight, so yeah. So got that, beat it yesterday. That game is actually pretty cool for a $40 title. It's not bad at all. I was actually quite happy with the end results of it. There's some replay value to it to go back and get all the little treasure chests and get the diary books and whatnot to add a little extra replay value along with challenge mode too as well. So it's definitely a decent. If you're a fan of Kirby games and you want a challenging Kirby game, this one will actually deliver you on the challenge because if you die, it's your own damn fault. Let's just say that because the way it's designed. What else have I been playing? I've been playing just pretty much basically a lot of like virtual console stuff, like Mario Golf. I've been playing a little bit of that. What else is there?
Can I go back to the Rainbow Curse?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I heard that I only watched some pretty short-sighted reviews from those major review sites, and I don't know why I watched it, but they were talking about how basically the mechanics are really bad. Like it's hard to really draw the right way, and then if it kind of screws you up, and it's not your fault. It's the game's fault. That's what
No,
they're
it's not the game's
saying.
fault. It's actually the player's fault. It's the
And
player's
it's easy otherwise, is what they say.
Well, basically, what I'm saying is, like, yeah, like if you die, that's your own fault for not paying attention or not drawing the right kind of line the way that you're supposed to draw it. Like, for example, if you draw like a line going to the right, Kirby's gonna go right. If you draw it to the left, Kirby's gonna go left. So basically, whatever direction you like, basically draw your line, that's how Kirby's gonna follow that line. And so, I mean, I read the GameSpot freaking review, and the woman
That's
that
the one I
reviewed
was
that game.
Mhm.
I,
She was a
I don't know.
casual.
That review is beyond fucking atrocious, honestly, because they should have got somebody else to play it. Because I'm sitting there, I was reading the review, and I was a little bit eerie about it too, right? Because remember, the reviews came out like 2 days prior to the game release, so I was a little bit like, fuck, man, the controls are probably gonna be terrible. But I remember playing Canvas Curse back on the DS, and I fell in love with that game. So I was like, you know what? I don't know, because after all, they did give Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze a 6, and that game was fucking amazing. And so I'm like, you know what? I'll buy it and see what happens. The issues that I had were out of frustrations because of me not drawing the lines the way I'm supposed to draw them, or yeah, that's pretty much basically the only mechanic that I had an issue with the game, which is the fact that if I draw the line the wrong way and Kirby went the wrong way and I killed and I died, I was like, fuck, I'm an idiot. You know what I mean? And I think she was blatantly blaming it. She was blaming her crap-tasticness at the game on the game itself and not on her own self. So to me, that review is complete utter bullshit in my opinion. There is frustration, yeah, but it's all done from the player, not from the game itself.
So there you go. You're better off just listening to our podcast here.
Yeah, fuck games.
Real gamers talking about games.
Besides, honestly, fuck reviews, man. I mean, no, okay, no, I take that back. I say fuck review scores. You just have the written review and that be it. That's the way I think all reviews should be written. Don't tacking a score or tacking a grade to it doesn't really tell anything at all. Period.
You have to
Technically,
take
you
what you
have a different
can.
experience. Yeah, because I mean, if you look at Destiny, right? Destiny was another game too as well. I got a lot of flack from the critics, a lot of mediocre scores. People still went up and bought it, just like what the Order is going to happen, right? Same thing. The Order, people are ripping it apart and that kind of shit. I mean, hell, I even did my 2 cents on it, but not from the game standpoint, but from the actual, the replayability and the fucking the content that's provided. I mean, I don't hate the game. Fuck no. I wouldn't spend 50 or 60 bucks on it generally as of right now. But if it dropped down to say 40 or 30, I have no problem picking up and supporting the actual developers. And I'm hoping that the game does well. I want the game to do well because it's going to give a chance for developers to, fucking fix the corrections that plagued all the critics from hating it and shit.
Exactly.
Most of those critics are actually fresh critics who just stood up to get the publicity for the Order.
Well, yeah,
Times Magazine posted a fucking article, posted a review.
Yeah, and plus, what better way to get publicity on their website is by sitting there fucking clamoring on with something that people are going to actually go off and fucking cling to, right? Sit there and talk shit about the Order, plus when you have a huge fan base like the PS4, bink, you're going to generate a lot of clicks, and that's exactly what happened.
Exactly, man.
What happened, man. I don't hate the game, I just wish it was a little bit longer, but I mean, fucking, if people are happy with what Dave was saying about the whole story aspect, then by all means support it. Don't listen to what people are saying, go out and buy it, and so that when the sequel does come out, it will correct all the problems.
And you know what? I might check that Rainbow Curse game out myself because to me it looks like a very unique game as well. That's what the first thing I thought of.
The way it looks is just unbelievable, man. It's clay style. Yeah, a lot of people are like, whatever. But when you really actually look at it, I mean, it sucks that you're always going to be glancing at the actual gamepad the entire time, unless you have the way I did it was I had like the gamepad sitting on the stand, which is right in front of my TV, so I can basically watch the TV while drawing at the same time. Because like my eye, the screen was still in focus with my eye, right? So I can be able to see what the hell I'm doing. But when you see it on a bigger screen, though, if you take the moment just to stop and look at the way Nintendo designed the claymation, it is just fucking gorgeous to look at, dude. Holy crap! Very, very popping in the eye, man. Very, very beautiful.
Yeah, I heard it, man.
Are you still playing
looks like real clay figures.
Am I still playing Bayonetta?
Yeah.
I don't have it currently with me anymore right now, retail-wise, because I had money issues, but I'm planning on getting it again. I'm buying it digitally, though. I'm buying all my games digitally. I just got my hands back on a copy of Wonderful 101 there, 4 days ago. About a week ago, sorry, from somebody who gifted it to me via Club Nintendo. So I was happy about that.
Cool. So what else?
That's it as of right now. I mean, I have a lot of games coming in the mail, though, in the pipeline, because I had one of my subs what was it there? He gave me $75 via PayPal there about a week ago. So I bought a bunch of stuff there on Amazon. I would say which they are, but I'm kind of keeping that as on like a little surprise thing, whatever you want to call it. I'll just say one of them. I have 2 Wii U ones, and and 3 of them are Wii titles. So nothing extraordinarily big, but like games that I wanted to play, and also to bring back my 2 series of digging through the trash and digging for some gems. So
Awesome, man.
that kind of stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more gameplay on your channel, man. Sure.
Appreciate that. I know I'm trying to get my gameplays to get more views, man, but it's hard for specific games that you want people to watch. Like my Kirby one took off because I had Go Nintendo actually post my video on their website, so I was happy about that.
Well, Artificial, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, good man.
tell us
Aren't
what
we
you've been playing.
Aren't we skipping someone?
I don't know. I think we want.
Isn't AG, or I think he's after you there.
Yeah, I'm after you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he's going on the right list then.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I haven't really been playing any new games, man. Actually, I've picked up. I heard you mention Good Old Games before.
God.
Awesome website, like you said. I
Oh
lost all my
hell
money.
yes, dude. That's
All
like
my money.
amazing.
I'm poor now. I'm poor.
Yeah,
I'm poor as
that
shit right
that
now.
site will burn your wallet faster than I don't. I think that site will definitely, if you're an old school retro PC gamer, that site will definitely.
I
burn
think
your
more
wallet
people
faster
need to
than
know
Steam.
about this website because I think
I
it's a bit
agree.
underrated, man, at the moment. But I picked up a lot of games, dude. Dungeon Keeper, all those old school good ones.
Fuck yeah, dude.
The one I'm playing at the moment is Jade Empire,
Nice.
which is
I have
actually
it,
one
but
you
for
can
some
pick
reason
up
my
there
computer
too.
can't run it, man. Yeah, even though I'm well over the requirements for it, it just runs like fucking shit, and I have no idea.
Yeah,
why.
I had the same problem, and then I was like, oh man, I was all bummed out and shit. I restarted the game and it worked perfectly all of a sudden. So you may have to try it out some more.
Yeah, I might have to do that. I have to re-download it again and try it like
But
that.
man, that game is still as awesome as it always was, man. I used to own that on Xbox when it first came out.
As did I.
Yeah,
Completely
did
blown
I.
away, dude.
Yeah, I
Completely
love
No.
Jade
That was back in BioWare's prime days, man.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
Definitely.
What was it that really drew people to that game though? Like I can't, cause I can't quite. I know the game, but the only thing I can remember is really the main character.
The martial
I don't
arts
remember
styles,
too
man.
much.
Yeah, personally, I like how they went with the martial arts.
Yep.
Me too.
How you can
Oh,
switch
yeah,
styles.
yeah.
So that shit was dope.
Completely
That's
original.
right.
Completely original gameplay, in my opinion. It was like action
Yeah, I agree.
RPG-ish.
hmm
You guys are bringing it back to me now, man.
Yeah.
For sure. That's
It's
cool.
the
The
same way,
graphics.
like the way frickin' BioWare did the same stuff for Star Wars, right? With the Knights of the Old Republic and whatnot.
Exactly, man.
All like being either playing as a Sith Lord or playing as a Jedi Knight. That shit was amazing, man.
Exactly, and the choices you get, the choices in Jade Empire are insane, dude. You'll
Yep.
get so many choices. There's so much replayability, replay value in that game. It's insane, man. I played this game hundreds of times back in the day already. I still enjoy the shit out of it today, man.
Nice. Yeah, but Art, I will say this though. Did you know that site is actually owned and operated by CD Projekt Red, the same people that make the Witcher franchise?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm happy to
I
support
was
those guys, man.
not aware of that until I read up on their Wikipedia page, and my buddy told me about that. I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah. Why do you think they're promoting the crap out of The Witcher 3?" And I was like, "Okay, now that makes sense.
Yeah, that does.
Freaking cool.
That makes perfect sense now." But yeah,
But no, man, I wouldn't mind. I don't mind my money going to those guys, man, at all.
Yeah, me neither. And plus, the best of all, it's like DRM free, so I mean, you can actually you can technically, if you really wanted to, even though you're not really supposed to, but they somewhat allow it to a degree. Like you can share your account with friends and whatnot to download stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. I heard it, man.
You know what else is cool? How they're very PC friendly too.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
You don't see
Hell
that
yeah.
very often anymore.
No, you don't see that at all lately now. But one of the new games I've actually been playing. Oh, sorry. Sorry,
no,
Wolf.
go ahead, man.
One of the new games I've been playing is Alien Isolation. I only just jumped into that like yesterday.
How you enjoying that?
I think I'm enjoying it more than I expected.
Good.
It's one of those games. It felt good for once in a while to have a game that's fully optimized. You know what I'm saying? It's not runs like shit. It ran perfectly, dude. Great graphics. It didn't stutter at all. I love the way it feels, man. The atmosphere in the game, and especially when I started it up and I saw the Sega logo. That did it for me, man.
That's all you
That
need.
already did it for me.
Yeah, I heard a lot of mixed things about Alien Isolation. I think it's one of those games that you have to play for yourself and judge it based on your own preference. I think.
Yeah, you really have to experience
Love
it,
it.
man.
They hate
It's
it.
great.
Yeah.
If you love the movie,
Oh, I
It
love.
has nothing to do with it, but if you love the movie, you will love the feeling you get when you jump into this game.
Oh, okay, then I'll look forward to picking that up then when I get my newer consoles down the road for sure. Excellent.
You know what? I gotta stop neglecting that game too. I figured like it's gonna be a like limited spaceship and whatever. Like there's limited gameplay or whatever, but I gotta stop judging like that because I have a feeling I'm gonna like that game.
Yeah, I had the same feeling though,
What
man.
it
I
is.
thought it was like all you do is like hide from the aliens and
Mm-hmm.
sneak. It's also a great part of it, but you actually carry a gun and you can actually attack them too. That's something I didn't even realize before starting to
Yeah,
play
I was
this.
not aware of that because all the gameplay footage that I've seen, I've never seen any footage of like the person that you're controlling using a weapon or something like that. So that's new to me. I was not aware of that at all.
No, me neither, man. Like you said, I watched the gameplay footage. You see people hiding under the tables and all that shit with a flashlight. Oh, all fucking scared and shit. But you can, if you choose to, you can actually engage them. That's a real cool thing, man. But you actually have the feeling like, man, it might be better to just stay under this fucking table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they did a good job on that, man. Really good job. So I want to applaud Sega on that, man. I feel Sega should get some more eyes on this game.
Plus there was a lot of people very keen on that game too after the whole debacle with Alien Colonial Marines. So I can understand that, but yeah, I'll definitely give it a check out now because I was not aware of the whole weapon system and all. I thought it was just like a game you gotta hide constantly. You know what I mean? Which is fine.
Yeah. Don't expect it to be a full-blown first-person shooter, but you will enjoy it. If you like first-person shooters, you will enjoy it.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, then I'll definitely look forward to playing it down the road then. Hell yeah.
And one of the other games was Grow Home. I mentioned earlier. That's one of the games I'm playing at the moment.
Nice.
Great game.
Excellent. Wait, did you say Gone Home?
Grow Home.
Grow home.
Oh, Grow Home. Okay.
Homegrown
game,
from Amsterdam.
Grown Home.
AG, what have you been playing, brother?
Well, I'm playing a little bit of Final Fantasy 14, you know. Still trying to get that level up to 30 so I can do what I want to do. I just want to be a ninja in this game. So bad, but it's so goddamn hard to level up in this thing.
How do you switch over classes again when you get a level 30 and then you can switch to ninja?
Oh, matter of fact, the way it works is you have to be level 30 in one class and level 50 in the other level 15 in the required class.
Oh, you're playing
and
around
then
with
you
Mark?
can start. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Right.
That was my jam last year, man, when that shit came out. No, not last year, the year before.
Sorry, what classes do you need to get the ninja?
You need the rogue at level 30, and I think the pugilist at level 15.
Fucking pugilists. Sorry,
And, like,
that class.
What does the ninja bring to the table as far as like its mechanics and shit like that?
It's more like well, it's not too much different from the rogue from what I've seen, but with a little bit of spells and magic and shit to it.
Can you do anything really fancy like flips or like go invisible or anything like that?
Well, you do that as a rogue anyway, so.
Yeah, mainly the ninja is basically there just for like more bigger burst damage than what a rogue can actually produce themselves. It's like more of like an upgraded class of the actual rogue. So
More defined.
yeah, more defined. Yeah.
Cool. What else, man?
I'm playing a little bit of DOA. I
Last
must
Resort?
admit that shit is free to play like a motherfucker. Hate to curse, but it's free to play like a motherfucker. They got so many goddamn costumes and stuff. I thought Arc Systems was worse at it, but man, I'm not about to pay no goddamn $90 for some outfits.
No, fuck that, dude. Fuck that. But we all played Dead or Alive anyways for the titties, so it's all good.
Well, with the titties, yes, they do deliver. They do deliver.
I enjoyed the shit out of that game, dude. I gotta be honest.
Mhm.
Dead or Alive 2, I think it was.
Yeah, I had that Dead or Alive. What was there? I think it was the third one there. It was like that complete bundle pack there that came off the original Xbox. Long time ago. That game was freaking awesome, man. But I'm more.
I think I had that one, yeah. The one with the Teletubby Zach guy.
Yeah, that was 2.
Oh, that was 2. Oh, that was my game, dude.
Tekken's always been my main fighting series, and when it comes to like DOA or Tekken, I've always liked Tekken more.
Thank you, dude.
I don't know what it is. I don't know. I mean, I have nothing against Dead or Alive because I think Dead or Alive is a phenomenal fighting franchise. It honestly is. I mean, regarding.
I actually feel like there's not enough people who give Tekken the praise it deserves, dude.
No, I agree. I mean, like outside, I mean, like like Dead or Alive's got an amazing fighting system, and of course titties. But outside from that, I like Tekken more because I like the way the characters are designed in that game, man. They're just fucking badass.
Yeah, too, man. I love the technicality in the
yeah.
In the combos and stuff, man. 10-hit combos, multiple ways to finish the combos and stuff. It just,
hell yeah,
so
dude. Plus, I mean, you gotta represent, fucking Bob, aka the fat fucking Tekken 5.
Yeah, they got Slim Bob too. They got Slim Bob and Big Bob.
The characters are very likable.
What's that?
The characters are very likable and unique.
For what? Which one, Tekken or Dead or Alive?
I'm just thinking of Tekken. I haven't played Dead or Alive myself.
Yeah, there was one character that I madly fell in love with though in 5. Was her name? Zelfina, I think her name was. The one that has like different like animal stances, like she has like a scorpion stance, tarantula stance,
Oh,
and like
sick.
flamingo strength or something like that, dude. And like playing that character, her combos break off into so many different ways from each different stance. It is a clusterfuck, man, to master that character. But she is so badass, so badass.
And not only that. Oh, sorry. Yes. Sorry, Wolf.
I liked in Mortal Kombat when they started introducing. A lot of people hated that, but they started introducing different arts, and I liked that aspect of things. How you could have different. You could switch to different arts. Like you could be like Mantis style, and then switch, and you could even develop your own art.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they're bringing that back in the new one in Mortal Kombat X. They're technically bringing that back to it in its own unique way, but now with the full-on like move set that has like its own custom thing.
I actually got one game for the PlayStation 1. I don't know if you guys ever heard about this game, Bushido Blade.
Oh god, yes.
Yeah, I love the fuck out of Bushido Blade.
Oh my god, that game, dude.
That can also
the stances too and stuff.
Think of how much more depth that gives it because you're switching styles on the guy, so he's getting used to one style, and then boom, you switch it up. It's like, oh no, you're not.
But see, the only thing that sucks though is like you can only pick one stance before the fight starts, then you're stuck in that stance through the entire fight. Whereas like I liked it back in like Deadly Alliance and Armageddon and also with Deception, where like you can change them on the fly. That shit was fucking amazing. Because when you like, I mean, if those games were like to get remastered in HD and come out this generation and like have online support, that would just be incredible.
That is my shit.
Those 3 games, Deadly Alliance was okay, but Deception really pushed those boundaries. It fixed all the problems that I hated about Deception, and then Armageddon just like completely made it flawless outside from the custom fatalities, which was horrible mechanic in my opinion. But outside from that though, the actual fighting though, like switching up the stance, man, it was just sweet. 2 fighting stances, then a weapon stance. Come on, man, that's freaking amazing. I wish more fighting games would utilize some kind of like in order to keep it going fresh, make it feel new.
Exactly, man.
DOA 5.
Shit was awesome.
Yeah, that's what I love about Mortal Kombat X2, man. That they actually bring that back, man. It's still like you said, you pick it before the fight, I believe.
Yep.
It's not like mid-fight switching the styles.
But
still,
in a way though, it's a nice mechanic though, because like say for example, like in all Mortal Kombat games, there's always gonna be those characters that you will never play as, right? Because you don't like the way they fucking play. But this game right here now, like it has an opportunity. Like say there is a character that you don't like, but you might actually like one of his fighting stances that you can actually get accustomed to. Like, oh, you know what? I like this fighting stance.
And I like the way. Normally when you play like your friends or you play online, after a few battles you know what each character can do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Now you have a few styles you need to learn and stuff. That's, I don't know, man.
Yep.
Makes it that much cooler.
Good to have options.
Oh, it is good,
more
yeah.
options.
Exactly, and that's another thing that's lacking too as well when it comes to games is options. I mean, when there is options, like say whether it be a game mechanic or whether it be a feature, people get so pissed about that. Like back when I played when Splinter Cell Conviction came out, oh man, that game was like my most anticipated game to come out back in like 2010. I think it was right near the end of 2010. And when I got my hands on that game, everyone freaked out because of the whole mark and execute system, right? And like when you mark your enemies, then you press one button and boom, 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 they automatically die. That's a mechanic that you don't even have to touch outside from like using it once at the very beginning of the game, but you don't even have to touch it for the rest of the game. And I did that myself. Like the first time I went through it, I beat it once, whatever, just going through it. Second time I beat it on the hardest difficulty, but I went through it and I didn't even use that mechanic outside from the actual tutorial part not once the entire game. And I liked playing it that way because I had fun, fucking around with my enemies. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly, man.
doing like pretty much basically like mind games with them and shit. It was awesome. I need to get Blacklist again for the but I want to get the Wii U version now because I heard that the online's fixed now, so I want to pick that up when I get paid.
So how do you guys actually feel about the new Mortal Kombat? You guys have high hopes for that game?
I do.
I got real high hopes.
Me too, man. The whole
I got one question. Are they going to actually put it in a run button? Was dude just trolling us with that shit?
They might, because I heard a rumor about Brutality's coming back, but I don't know if that requires the run.
Yeah, that is true.
The original ones, they required it.
The Brutalities are actually confirmed. They
they are coming back.
Yep, they showed some screenshots, and it was like in the corner. It showed like Brutality points or whatever.
Nice. I mean, I would like to see them bring back animalities, but done right.
Yeah,
not
dude.
The fucking crappy ass way that we had in like Mortal Kombat 3 and
exactly,
Ultimate.
Man.
That was pretty bleh. But
even
whatever.
friendships. I would even love to see friendships.
Friendships would be pretty cool. I mean, because they brought back Babalities, right? And everybody thought Babalities was never going to see the light of day in a Mortal Kombat game again. And they brought it back.
I thought they were pretty good too, man. Babalities.
And the thing is, though, nobody knew about that. Like, he never said anything about that. People discovered it on their own, which I thought was actually great. So I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. That's one thing I like about Ed Boon, that he always puts secrets in there that he never tells anybody, and people will eventually find it like a couple months in or even years later, man. It's fucking crazy.
I like his trolling tweets too, man.
No, his trolling
tweets. Also, a rumor they putting Spawn in there too.
I heard a rumor and Predator too as well.
Yeah,
I heard
Predator
is for the guest characters. Yeah, that. And I heard a crazy rumor that like it was going to be Predator, Spawn, and Jason Voorhees, man.
Yeah,
Sweet Tooth. Dude, Sweet Tooth.
Yeah, and Sweet Tooth, yeah.
That would be cool. I'd be okay with all those, and I also would like to see Lobo. I think Lobo would work good in Mortal Kombat too. That's what I was thinking.
I mean, because remember, we heard about that rumor about Freddy Krueger being in Mortal Kombat 9. I was like, no, that's fucking stupid. And look what happened. He actually became a real life character. Yeah, he was dope. Actually, yeah, he was. And like when I downloaded that character off my friend's PS3 account at the time to test him out and see what he was like, I was like, this is fucking dumb. And then I was playing with him and I was like, holy shit, this guy's pretty boss.
Yeah, dude.
He's not bad.
The oven.
What's that, sir?
I guess you can't please everybody. He's just.
Well, it's like that for every game, right? You can't please everybody with the game, man. That's just a fucking known fact, man. Everybody's gonna hate on something, whether it be something they like or don't like. I mean, when people got pissed off that Dark Souls 2 was gonna have an easy mode for people that like try to get to cater to more of a casual audience, which is not necessarily a bad thing to do for your game, but you're still going to have that core element there. You don't even have to click on that option. People raged against that whole entire aspect, and developers are like, fine, we're not going to add it. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? Like, whatever.
I think for Dark Souls, that's a game that it's nice not to have it for some degree. I mean, it could be nice for some people because they could just go through the game and experience it where they wouldn't otherwise.
Yeah.
At the same time, it has its own character by not having that because the game is what it is.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I mean, again, like I said though, I mean, if it's there as an option, it's kind of like no more than like saying you want to like put the difficulty on normal, hard, or easy, or beginner. You know what I mean? It's totally up to the player to do it. I mean, to completely neglect that aspect to cater your game to a wider audience, which I thought would have been actually a very, very good move for them to do, specifically with Bloodborne on its way, coming out next month. You know, that could have been something that could have really made that game a lot more bigger in the actual gaming community.
I see where you're coming from. I mean, at the same time, it has to stay true to what they want to do with the game. Like, they shouldn't have to because if they do that, then they're gonna have to make other aspects of the game. They're gonna have to make up for it in certain ways.
Well, no, I'm saying it's there. Like when you press start, when you go to start a new game, it will be like an option. It'll be like normal, or it'll be like or like the casual mode, whatever you want to call it. You click normal, you get the same exact experience you would always get in a normal, Demon or Dark Souls game. Nothing will be touched, nothing will be fixed, everything will be still there, and to its core. The casual one, it would just be there, like the enemies like die with maybe like 1 or 2 hits. Bosses don't hit you as hard, and that kind of stuff. That'd be a lot more easier friendly.
Part of the whole experience.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Part of the whole experience of the Soul series is, and I don't say it's the hardest game by any means. Like, if you think that's the hardest game, you got to go play some more games. Trust me. But,
I know. Believe me, yeah.
But the whole aspect is overcoming that and challenging yourself, and then part of the game like you have like those little messages and stuff that troll you because people leave
Oh, I
messages,
know.
and
my fair share.
the game trolls you. It's
Dude,
cool.
I ran off so many cliffs in that game.
Yeah,
Fuck
just
those
fall
guys.
here, and there's a blood stain next to it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
no, I definitely understand where you're coming from, and that's fine. But I mean, at the same time, I just think it would have been a little bit more cool if they would have added something like that to get to a wider audience and make that franchise bigger. But then
I think
again,
that's
you know, people would have definitely backlashed and say, no, well, fuck, you know, that series is dead now, blah 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 blah. When in fact, it's technically not. But I can understand where you're coming from, though. It makes sense.
I'm gonna make a great statement here that's gonna get hated on. I fucking hated Dark Souls 2, dude.
I haven't played it. I haven't played. I played Dark Souls 1 and I played Demon Souls. I didn't really care for Demon Souls, and people thought like I sold it because I was getting pissed at the game. No, I sold it because I just didn't like it all too much. Then I gave Dark Souls a chance, and I actually played it for quite a while. It was an okay game. I didn't mind it, and that's definitely like, you know, it's a game where you are going to die a lot, but you learn from your mistakes, and you pretty much basically that's how you easily progress on from there. You know what I mean?
I personally feel like when I die in that game, I feel like if I had done something different, I wouldn't have died. Like if I had noticed it
Yeah.
coming, I'd seen it coming, I wouldn't have died. I fucked up. That's how I feel.
Yeah, it's basically it's like a player's thing, right? It's like if you're not fast enough to dodge something or fast enough to block something, that's your own goddamn fault. You know what I mean?
Or you went to drink a potion at the wrong time. Or you weren't looking behind you. Like,
that
you have to stay alert.
Many fucking times, man.
Also, one of those great games where I'm sure everyone had this in the beginning. You get in a panic mode because everyone is attacking you, and you keep running further into the
Yeah, more
into
enemies.
the map.
You start running, you fuck yourself.
You got giant
you
knights
screw
following you.
yourself. Yep, that's exactly what happens, man.
Do you know what gets me every time in that game? The worst thing for me is those poison spots. Like when you have like the poison water. You're
Yes.
running through poisons, and you're just drinking potions left, right, and center, popping all your items. Like,
Yeah, because you
where
don't
are all
even,
my
you don't even think
potions?
about. Yeah, you don't even think about creating or finding a fucking antidote for that shit. 'Cause you're like, whatever. I'll just breeze through it. Next thing
Well, I
you know,
use all my antidotes too.
yeah. That or if you, like, me personally, I'm like very very old school. Like I barely even hold antidotes in my inventory. So I'm like, fuck it. I'll just fight through it. And it's just like, nope, can't do it in this game.
That feeling when you get stung by a fucking mosquito, poisoned again. Oh, fuck you.
Dude, that whole underwater part or underground part, I still have nightmares about that shit. Dude. Oh,
The fucking
Oh,
rats
you
piss me
better?
off though, man. In Dark Souls
the
1.
giant.
Oh yeah, that
rock
rat
throwing
authority
giants and
boss.
shit.
Yeah, the rats are a pain in my ass because they're hard to hit because they're so small and they're so fucking annoyingly fast.
And then
goddamn.
Demon Souls will give you a plague.
It will.
I guess
It will.
Dark-
But I mean, if you've been following along with From Software for the longest time, when they made that Kings game there back on the PS1, that was like their first kind of attempt at what Demon Souls and Dark Souls are basically like, you know, based on, man. Like I played one a long time ago. It's like a first-person view kind of game, but it's got the same similarities, man. Like enemies can like hit you and like you'll just die out of nowhere. It's what the fuck just killed me, you know? So
Yeah, I
it's
gotta play their earlier games, man.
yeah, I forget what they're called.
I'm
Something
newer
of
to
Kings or something like that. I think it's called. I can't remember, but it's an old. It's way back then on the PS1 days, man.
That and I guess Armored Core.
Armored Core. Yeah.
Oh man, I used to love the hell out of
Armored Core was fucking
Yeah, dude.
sweet, dude. Wait, isn't that the one that's done by EA? Or am I thinking of something?
No, it was from Software too.
Oh, okay, I'm thinking of something else then.
It was like a real early PlayStation title when the first one.
Yep.
Gotta check that out.
Now that you bring it up, wasn't that a game that came out like in the first year of the PS1 when it had like
Yeah,
the
yeah, the
spiral
mech.
spine case
Like
boxes?
the part pieces to it.
Yep. I miss those old school PS1 boxes, man. Like the big rigid rind kind of boxes. Not the CD case ones, but like the bigger ones. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
I still love the PS1 so much, dude.
PS1 was
So many
phenomenal
good
console,
memories.
man. That system was amazing, man. So many great games and so many fucking amazing RPGs on that shit, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
for
sure
real,
you
man.
were in fucking paradise there, Wolf, when you had the PS1, dude. When it comes to JRPGs, holy shit, dude.
You know what? Don't remind me because that's why. This is why I collect games now because I sold all my PlayStation 1 collection when I
Dude,
went
if you get a
to
chance,
buy
pick up,
it.
You should fucking smack the shit out of yourself for doing that. There you go.
How's that work? I do it every day, man.
If you
But
get a
it's-
chance, pick up Tales of Destiny 2.
Yes, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
One of my favorite RPGs of all time, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I played it on PSP, that's maybe why, but it looked so stunning, man. It looked like a fucking manga I was playing. Insane.
Dave, I've been meaning to ask you this, man. You said you're not really a fan of JRPGs, right?
I don't know. This is what I'm at. This is what goes on with me with RPGs. The only RPG I ever really can honestly say that I've played all the way through was Final Fantasy VII.
Okay, all right.
And the reason I played it because I like the story like everybody else. Now, the only other RPG I've ever played was Oblivion for Xbox 360. And around that time, like on different periods of my life, I have not been, like when I was younger, I was really into games. Okay, then when I got older, around teenager, discovered women. You know, I'm not
Something I
taking
get to
shots
do.
at him, I'm just telling you what's going on in my life. That some of my girlfriends, I'm just saying, some girlfriends at times did not like video games. Like, I had
That
one
is true, yeah.
girlfriend that hated the Xbox, and I loved the Xbox. That's all I want to play. She hated my Xbox, she hated my dog, and she hated my friend.
She
So I
hated your
couldn't play
dog.
them
How
unless she
cruel
was
is
not around.
that?
You hated your fucking
Yeah,
dog?
she hated my dog that I had my whole life.
Wow. Who
That was
that is
sleep in
just,
my bed. Now,
what
he was a Rottweiler, but he slept in there as a puppy, but she hated him. So at that time, it kind of got me out of video games, where I just played like UFC, like those type of games, like UFC or Call of Duty, stuff like that.
the fuck? Okay.
Now, when I moved up here in Tennessee, this kind of got me back into games around the time when I was like 16 through 19. I'll be 31 next month, and since I've been up here, about the 2-3 years I've been up here, I've been deeply into video games again. So that's why I decided to try Dragon Age Inquisition, because maybe I would like to play a game like that. I never really had not the time, but never the focus to play an RPG like that. That's why maybe I didn't like Oblivion, and I tried Fallout. Is that considered an RPG?
Yes.
Yeah, but the problem is that, you know, games like Oblivion and Fallout, those are Western RPGs. JRPGs is like,
Oh,
I don't know,
okay.
it's yeah. I mean, RPGs are still there. Like, you still level up, you gain experience, you know, you level up your character and all that cool stuff. But the thing is, when it comes, like, I prefer JRPGs over Western. Because the last Western one that I really, really fucking truly loved was Morrowind. I wasn't a fan of Oblivion. I hated Skyrim until I played it on PC and modded the crap out of it. Then I had a better experience playing it. But for me, I don't know what it is. It just seems to me like, you know, with JRPGs, they focus more on story, and they give you characters that you can actually really enjoy listening to, you know, or reading, depending on how old school you are, and everything else like that. Western wise, it's just like you got one character, one protagonist, and you just go on, you meet individual characters throughout the game. But the mechanics it's too slow paced for me. You know, even though people will look at JRPGs like, well, you should have something about that. To a degree, yeah, you can. But for me personally, I don't know. I just like the way JRPG games feel in the way they're designed. You know what I mean? Because I like the whole battle system. I like, you know, like being able to like walk around like the world without, you know, being interrupted. If I don't want to fight stuff, you don't have to fight certain things.
And to me, JRPGs feel more like you're playing a story. You know, you're playing an interactive.
Yes.
I think it does vary from game to game, though. I mean, a lot of them have adapted different styles, and the traditional, especially JRPGs, have kind of disappeared to a certain degree.
Yeah, because like I'm really, really big on turn-based RPGs because I like being able to think of a strategy ahead of time of like items or certain move abilities to do. That's why I love the old school Final Fantasy games.
Oh.
That's kind of gone.
Yeah, it is gone. Yeah. I mean, like
they've added new elements to that.
Yeah.
That's why I was so happy seeing the Suikoden 2 release being so successful.
Yeah.
I gotta play that.
That's why, like, with 15, I mean, like, when Square Enix came out and made that article about a month ago talking about how, like, they're going to make the game a lot more casual, like, oriented towards, like, the casual market, that kind of bums me out a little bit, man, because, I mean, the thing is, when you play Final Fantasy games, man, like, you want to play that shit, like, to its core, right? And, like, the way they're looking at me, the game looks, like, absolutely fantastic. There's no two ways about that. Gameplay-wise, I'm a little bit iffy on, because, like, it seems to me like they're going from more of, like, a button masher kind of game, and I'm not really a fan of that. But I mean, I'm not going to say the game's going to suck. Fuck no, because I mean, it might very well be a new style of Final Fantasy that everyone might actually enjoy.
When it comes to grinding, I think it's a good thing to do away with it a little bit. I mean, it never hurts to cut down on the grinding a little bit.
I agree. You know, I agree with that. I agree 100% on that. Yeah, absolutely.
The grinding is really good, but it needs to not feel grindy. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to have
do
some
it
kind of
properly.
enjoyment out of it while you're doing it. You know.
Exactly.
You know, but I mean, it really depends. Like honestly, though, Dave, I mean, like, it's kind of hard to recommend JRPGs because certain ones people like that's a very, very defined genre that people will have like very, picky titles for.
Yeah.
But me personally, like, like if you really wanted to get into JRPGs, you would want to get into ones that don't have that fucking that nagging bullshit, boring grinding feel to it, which are kind of hard to come by nowadays, but. It's one of my preferred genres because that was like the genre I grew up with as a kid. Man, I played so many fucking JRPGs back then, and I fell in love with that franchise or with that genre. It's amazing.
It is nice to see all the different gamers starting to open their minds though and try a little bit of different things now.
Yeah,
I like
absolutely,
that.
absolutely. I mean,
Well, you know, like you know, in Oblivion, to where in the beginning of the game, like to me, Oblivion when I played it, maybe which made me lose interest in it. It's kind of a lot just in the beginning of the game what you gotta do. And it's kind of confusing. Like
yeah,
I don't like games that hold your hand, but damn, I didn't know where the fuck to do or where I was going. Maybe
Yeah.
I just wasn't too focused on it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. The world in Oblivion was very, very bare. Like I mean, like that's the same gripe that I had, and that's the reason why I didn't like Skyrim all too much, man. It's like you're walking around forever, and then eventually you'll come across an enemy. It's like fuck, I've been out here for like 20 minutes. What the
Yeah.
fuck? Whereas when I'm
Yeah,
playing a
that's a little
JRPG,
ridiculous.
yeah, to me that kind of pisses me off. That's why when I played on PC, I modded the crap out of it so I could add more enemies to the world. I'm glad that I did because I didn't feel fucking bored, man. It's like,
I actually think Morrowind became, or Elder Scrolls became more shitty with each next sequel, man.
yeah, like Morrowind was the
Morrowind
last game
was-
that I really like. To me, that was a game that had a perfect pace. That's why I liked like games like Fallout New Vegas. I liked that game more because it actually had a smoother, streamlined pace of the game. Whereas
Exactly.
Fallout 3, it's like when you get out of that actual fucking vault, it's just like, okay, where do I go?
Well,
You know,
Fallout 3 felt very barren, but it felt
Well,
right for that game, and I
It
love
did, it
that
did,
game.
yeah, it did.
I
It did.
think that I like that game over Skyrim, and I'm like a Middle Ages kind of guy. That's my
Yeah,
shit.
and I had high hopes for Skyrim too. It was like, fine, they're gonna correct all the problems that I hate about Oblivion. And Oblivion, I can't give too much flack for, because that was a brand new title, at the launch of the 360 when it came out. That game was being promoted like up the ass, whatever you want to call it. But then like when I got my hands on it, like 5 years later, after I finally got my Xbox 360 at the time, no, 3 years later, sorry. I played it. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, dude, why do these characters look like complete utter shit? Like
Yeah,
the
man.
models in that game just look so god awful, man. It's like, why doesn't orc look like I have a fucking pancake shaped head? It was fucking weird.
Hey,
I must
Claire, if
admit,
you went
though,
over
that
to the
game-
PC side though,
Yeah,
it
yes,
gotta
yeah.
look like a whole different damn game. Matter of
Yep,
fact, it
yeah,
look
yeah.
like Final Fantasy
I-
15 over there.
Yeah, I played the PC version of it. I added some new skins and modded the character creation. I was like, okay, if Oblivion looked like this, along with the other issues fixed, I would have been more than happy. That would have been my game of the year that year, man, when I bought
But I
it.
have to admit, man, Oblivion, when I first played that game on Xbox 360 when it first came out, that game impressed me, man. The graphics, oh my god,
Yeah.
it looks so damn good, man. I still remember it. But
Yeah.
I have the same problem as Dave right there. I can't keep my interest up to finish the games fully. Like I never finished Oblivion, I never finished Skyrim, Morrowind completely.
Yeah,
But I don't
Morrowind
know,
I did,
those
yeah.
games, I need sort of a line in there, I
Yep,
need to
absolutely.
be pointed to some places instead of just wandering around.
Something to draw you in to want to get to that next spot and
Which
really.
is what I'm hoping that
I need to
if
get there.
Fallout 4 gets announced this year at E3, which is apparently supposed to be rumored, that or the next Elder Scrolls, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Fallout, because Elder Scrolls Skyrim is still not that old. So I
No.
think they're gonna do Fallout next, then do the next Elder Scrolls like 5 years later, if we even go that far with consoles. But that's another debate. But anyways, with the next one, I hope to God that they do fix the pacing issue with that, because like I said, the way Obsidian did with New Vegas was perfect for me. I had such a blast playing that game. With Fallout 3, yeah, I mean, like, it starts off really, really slow. The whole game could be a bore fest, but if you can make it entertaining, if you can find the right things to go. Or if you venture too far out, boom, you get killed by a Deathclaw. That just comes out of nowhere and scares the fuck out of you.
Those are the good old
Fallout
days.
3 is
though.
one of those games, man. I enjoyed the shit out of it, but I just couldn't get myself to finish it, man, for some reason.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, yep. It's
like with Fallout, like I actually played that and enjoyed it, but like I always like to play the games on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah.
And I think what happened with Fallout, I got like sick or something at the time in the game, and my character would only move like literally like 2 miles per hour, and I couldn't get him out of that. And I thought maybe because I was playing on a hard difficulty, they made it where I had to feed him or something, or get him I mean, I don't know what the hell was wrong with him. It turned me off from the game. I mean, I couldn't get my character to move.
Might have been
You got raped.
There are certain illnesses within like the Elder Scrolls or Fallout games. Like, for example, in Oblivion, if you get bit by a vampire, you have to do like this long quest chain in order to get a cure to not be a vampire anymore. And being a vampire in a game like Skyrim or Oblivion fucking sucks because you can only go out at nighttime. You can't go out during the day because if you do, you die. Your health starts to drain and shit, dude. It's annoying, man.
I don't know. I found that
hate you.
Skyrim one good though.
The Skyrim they fixed that problem.
Yeah, vampire shit, that was good.
Yeah, they fixed that problem in Skyrim, so I'll give them props for that. But in Oblivion, it was so goddamn annoying.
And the problem Dave just mentioned, actually, the thing where he was stuck in the game, I actually had that with Dark Souls, dude. I got cursed in that fucking game, and I saved the game right after. And you have half your health or something.
Yeah, that's Dave. That's a game that I like to see you play on your channel, man. When it comes out, is Bloodborne.
Nice, and like one of those fucking areas with hundreds of knights, impossible to beat, dude. I had to restart the fucking game.
If I like Dragon Age, I'll get Bloodborne. Like I know they're not the same game, but they're RPGs, right? Both of them.
Yeah.
They're nothing alike. They're
RPGs in its own unique way, but both of them are completely different. Like Bloodborne will probably definitely piss you off because I don't think it's gonna be the same kind of element though behind Dark Souls and Demon Souls.
I think Dave's gonna enjoy Bloodborne a hell of a lot more than Dragon Age personally, just from his style.
Yeah, because I'd like to see your review on that, man.
But that's just what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And is there anything else anybody really wants to talk about? Because I do want to keep it fairly short. Anything else?
One other thing I mentioned. What does everybody think about that game? And Life is Strange. And I want to talk about Resident Evil Revelations. Possibly with the season pass, because I think Resident Evil Revelations comes out this week.
I was just going to start Life is Strange. Yeah, I just downloaded it.
Oh, you downloaded? What did you download? Life is Strange?
Yeah, episode 1. I haven't tried it yet.
Things about it.
It looks good.
Me too, man.
It looks alright.
They got a demo for it. I heard you can reverse time and shit.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like your typical like Walking Dead. This is actually like, what is it? Like, what would you consider this game? Like a drama or like a crime game, or?
It's sort of like that game Fahrenheit, if I remember correctly.
It's got its own.
That's right, but
it's got its own unique style, and it sticks to that, and I like it. And it definitely it has a whole photography feel to it.
I think it's like you're controlling a movie.
And what about the Resident Evil Revelations thing? I don't hear many people talking about that. That's going to be in a season. Like, we're not getting the full game when we pay $24.
I'm kind of done with Resident Evil, dude. I have to be honest.
Well, did you like Resident Evil Revelations though, or?
Revelations was good though. Yeah, I have to admit, man. I didn't like it as much as I didn't get that feeling I used to get with the old Resident Evils. Where you actually get pulled into the story and you're actually scared of the zombies and shit. That's kind of gone for me. I'm not sure.
Well, that kind of left with 4, but 4 actually kept the actual survival aspect intact. But Revelations for me, when I played that beast on the 3DS, because I bought that shit day one, hence the reason why I bought the 3DS in the first place. I was obsessed with that game. Like when the demo came out, I think it was like 2 weeks before the game came out. I must have played a demo at least about 30 or 40 plus times. I had like almost 60 hours invested into a fucking demo.
Yeah.
And, I absolutely loved Revelations. It sucks that Revelations 2 is not coming out for the Wii U. Why? I don't really understand. I think it's because of the fact that the install base is not there. Because I guess they weren't happy with the HD port on the Wii U selling like shit. Which in a way does make sense because people who already played the 3DS one, they're not going to run up and buy the HD one. I don't know. Nintendo fans are like that. That's the reason why I didn't buy it myself because I've already played it, so I don't want it. Plus, the way Capcom did the DLC for Revelations 2 was fucking bullshit. But anyways,
and that's a huge part of it for me too, man. That Capcom is behind all these titles. I don't want to support Capcom at all anymore, man.
Not the fact I don't want to support them because they still do. Like, look, Resident Evil is like my main go-to franchise out of Capcom. Because I'll choose that over a new Mega Man game any day of the week, and I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack for that. But at the same time, I still
not from
want
me,
it
dude.
to come out. But anyways, Revelations 2, on the other hand, though, I don't really like the whole concept of them doing episodes. episodes like that, because that's like if you go back and play the original one, it was broken up into episodes, but it was still intact into the full game.
Yeah.
But they're basically selling you guys like a chapter each time a chapter comes out, and I'm not really a fan of that.
It's $24.99 for the whole season. I don't know. They haven't said anything if they're going to sell it by episodes, like $5. But this is becoming a trend now.
Yeah,
like
it
with
is.
The Wolf Among Us, and it's
Yeah.
a lot of games. Even these
It's a
games
terrible
like
trend.
Dead or Alive that just came out, where you have to buy characters and shit. Like you get the game free, but you got to buy all these characters. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, for a very small independent developer, I can understand it, but after that, when you get into these larger companies,
Yeah,
don't
but
know
you
if
guys,
I can accept it.
yeah, but you got to look at it from the standpoint of Capcom has like been fucking like. Remember, they sold
Right.
all their assets.
Oh
man.
yeah. Oh yeah.
They're hurting for money, so they have to do something, right? So I understand the approach of why they're doing it. It makes
And
sense.
also something that a lot of
Standpoint,
these a lot of people don't realize is actually these free-to-play games really in a lot more cash than $60 AAA titles, dude.
Yep, yes they are.
It's a never-ending cash.
With the
cash
recent-
cow.
Perfect scam.
I'll tell you a prime example of that. Perfect example would be Pokemon Shuffle that just got released there back on Friday. Or no,
I heard
Wednesday
about
or Thursday
that
it
one.
was. For the 3DS, that game, like I was hoping that Nintendo wasn't going to take the whole approach the way a lot of like these free to play games are.
Yeah.
Sadly, they did, and I'm a little disappointed in that.
It's littered with microtransactions. I hear.
It is, yeah. I mean, either you wait 10 minutes for your one heart, to get replenished, which it's fine because that gives me time to get up and go take a shit. But the thing of it is, at the end of the day, if you want to spend, like say for example, if you want to get, let's say, I don't know, maybe like 50 hearts, you're paying over $100, which to me is fucking bullshit.
Oh,
that is so bullshit.
Gamers, you gotta know when to say no.
Yeah,
No
And
one-
you know what it is?
no is
It's
no.
not a bad thing to spend money on these
Don't do it.
free-to-play games if you want to support the devs. But if you feel like you're being held back by the game just so they can make money, then it's, you know what I'm saying?
Move on. There's 100,000 more games you can play.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I mean, this isn't the first game Nintendo has released, anyways. That's on a free to play game. Because they remember they came out with that Steel Diver game that was free to play. You could buy like ships and different shit like that. I don't know how that game did, but apparently it did pretty well. You kept on supporting it, and recent updates for it and shit. So
Dude, I played some free-to-play games with some people. I played with people who spent over thousands. They spent $3,000 on free-to-play games, dude.
yeah. So basically right here. Okay, so for 1 jewel, it will cost you. It's basically $1. So if you want to buy 75 jewels, it's gonna cost you fucking $50 American.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
But-
So that's not fun.
Well, let's close this up before we talk about Dragon's Dogma. let's close this off. And I want to let everybody shout out their great, creative, and interesting channels, as you guys all have a lot of character and great channels. So let's start it with you, Justice. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you guys hear me?
Justice
Put
is
him to
left
sleep.
the building. Ah!
Put down the cock.
snoring.
Put down the cock.
Dave's had enough.
Thank you, wolfflow, for letting me be a part of the podcast. I know I was in and out of the podcast because I just did a podcast. I had some stuff I had to do before I, go to sleep tonight. I have to work in the morning. I really do appreciate you letting me be a part of the podcast. I hope to join another podcast of yours and more in the future. Thank you, man, for having me.
Thank you so much for your support, man. You started me out here, bro. So let's move on to Bear Hugger.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, we can hear you now, Justin.
Yay, I've been talking this entire time. I thought you guys could hear me.
That's the
You thought
worst.
we were
That's Google
assholes?
for you, bro.
He's like,
I've
these
been-
assholes are ignoring me.
I've been talking about Dead or Alive and Legend of Dragoons, and nobody hears me.
Oh,
No! Well, there's always next time, bro. So now you can remember what you said. We'll get you in next time. I want to keep it to like an hour-ish for the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out your channel, bro.
Justice Games. It's just me. I have a lot of good stuff coming up. A lot more. Got Scream Ride. Got some Destruction. So yeah, check it out.
I'm looking forward for sure, man.
show.
So, Bear Hugger,
Yes. Oh yeah. Beggar29 here. Thank you for having me on your second episode or your second podcast there, wolfflow. I appreciate being here. Shit's fucking fun. Just talking about games, man. That's what it's all about. And yeah, I got a lot of content coming my way on my channel, of course. You know, some more news feeds and bear rants and all that cool shit. I'm just glad that a lot of people didn't take my whole entire content as really king rant to heart. So I'm glad nobody got pissed off with my opinion on that. But yeah, again, thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate being on here, man.
You're very welcome, man, and you guys are making the show, so I appreciate having you guys, all of you. Artificial, thanks for
Yes,
joining
sir.
us.
The Dutch master. Yeah, artificial entertainment, pretty much rants. I'm gonna do some reviews really soon. I want to take my time to do the review, so I don't want to pump them out. I want to take like 2 weeks, maybe every 2 weeks, put out a review. But anyway, I want to thank you so much, man, for letting me join the podcast. It's
That's
always a
awesome,
blast
man.
to discuss games, man.
That's cool you're doing that, man. Like, I wish you all the best with that, because it's hard work, for sure.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, I wish you all the best too, man. That's actually what I wanted to say, man. The best with your channels.
Thanks.
And AG to God.
You know, you can go check out my page, AG the God, at youtube.com or the official WeGameHere.com. Want to shout out those boys because, you know, they do their thing. I basically do, you know, rants, and I like to play devil's advocate when it comes to certain topics. So, though, if you watch a video, you might get offended by what I say. Just know that might not be doing it just to speak my mind or tell it like it is. I just might be doing it to bring another side to the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see that.
Exactly, man.
Well, it's good perspectives, for sure.
And you know, I appreciate you having me on, Wolf. And also, I'd like to shout out just about everybody in here. I haven't checked out Art's channel, but I'm definitely going to do that in a second.
Yeah, I need to check you out too, man. I will do that, man.
Yeah, I
So-
gotta check out everybody too.
Everybody has some pretty good channels, you know what I mean? Especially Bear Hugger and Dave and you too, Wolf, man. You know what I mean? I was watching the
man.
podcast along with Dave, and I checked out Bear's rant on the content thing. I really like that. I really like what
thank
you
you,
said.
man.
I
Thank you.
agree with it.
I was very skeptical about even putting that up, man, because I didn't want people to think that I was blatantly bashing the order, which I was not, because I even stated that numerous times in my video that I was not talking any form of crap or anything towards the order, because I want the order to sell well, because I want the developers to actually correct the problems with the sequel, man. You know, that's one way to be able to actually correct that issue. But I was just mainly going and talking about like content, you know what I mean, and how that really is a valuable thing to a consumer, at least in my opinion. And I think that's definitely should be there. So.
Trust me, I know how you feel on it because I did a video not too long ago. Matter of fact, the last video I did was on the order. I wasn't sure if everybody's going to raise their pitchforks at me or not. You know what I mean? Because people get a little touchy when you talk about the order all of a sudden now.
Yeah, I had the same thing, man. I did a video defending the order. And it was, yeah, I sort of got some hate here and there. It doesn't help being a bald guy.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm not defending it. I'm not bashing it. I'm just giving my perspective of how I feel about it. So I tell about the good things, tell about the bad things. But, you know, some people like to just focus on the negative.
Yeah, I think that's one of the main things that a lot of people are taking or are not looking at. They're looking at, I think, that we're just blatantly fucking bashing the game, which in fact that at least I'm not anyways. Because me personally, I would play it. I just wouldn't play it at the price that they're giving to me right now. But if it drops down in price to 40 or 30, pick it up.
That's
Brand new.
exactly what I said, man. 30, 40 would be the perfect price for this game.
Yeah, because it does look good. It does
apologize, by the way, for my profile picture. Doesn't look really inviting. I gotta say, no handsome bald people were harmed in making it.
No, but it definitely fits your channel, dude, and that's what matters. That's why I have. Like, it's funny because when you sent me that message there today, I was like, "Is this guy for real? Is this like the actual artist that drew my character? What the fuck?" And I went and clicked on your channel and I saw the way you look, and I was just like, "Holy fuck, you do look like exactly like him, dude. That's kind of creepy." That was awesome.
All right. Well, thanks again, everybody who's watching as well.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, sir.
Everyone here. So join us next week. Hopefully we get another great turnout like this. I was worried this week, so glad you all joined.
Oh, I'm always down to do these on Sunday, man. If you're doing them every Sunday,
man.
count me in.
Sweet. All right. Gamers, rejoice. All right. Peace out.
Later, guys.